You know, one of my favorite things to do is to drink tea before every game. Now, here's the reason. It comforts me. It relaxes me. I don't know if drinking tea for you relaxes you, but it does for me. I would hope it does for you. Oh, Burka, thank you. I just realized it's on manual control. So we're hanging. Oh, sorry, not hanging on. We are waiting on the game to get started. So as far as I can tell, the players have showed up. They were just waiting in the lobby and so forth, and everybody's good to go. And I believe at this point we got like less than 3 minutes before the draft is going to be up. So I do hope you guys enjoy the music that is going on. I'd selected today thingy. Oh, really bad timing. It's, you know, today's like one of those days where you're just like expecting everything to go sideways. That's pretty much what's going on right now. So in like less than 3 minutes, we're going to have the draft started, so I can go ahead and swap scenes. And it's wonderful to see that people still want to go ahead and message me while in the middle of casting. Okay. So, I'm gonna message my friend right now saying that I am in the middle of a cast. Well, gonna hit the highlight marker here so that way. I'll just hit it one more time just in case. All right, there we go. All right, so I hit the highlight marker there, so that way it reminds me to go ahead and make sure to that point onwards. So I want to go ahead and say thank you for everybody who's stopping on by and wanting to watch some Dota 2 over from the AD2L League. And I was in the middle of saying today I decided to go ahead and go with chiptune music. All right. So if you want to go ahead and find out the playlist and stuff like that, don't worry about it. Every song that's going to be popping up, it will show up in chat. It is provided by Pretzel Rocks, so if you want to go ahead and check them out, you're more than welcome to. They do offer a free service where they basically just let you select a station and it just plays music like a radio station. Also, I am not affiliated with them in any shape or form whatsoever. I just love the company quite a bit, given that I signed up for the paid subscription, which allows me to go ahead and pick and choose what music I would like to play. So if you want to go ahead and check them out, you're more than welcome to. All right. I highly suggest you guys go ahead and check them out because they are royalty free. And if you do use their music in any of your productions or anything and whatnot, just give them credit, you know? And check out their blogs. They are pretty much a more or less really ethical company that loves to go ahead and pay their musicians. And while I'm saying all of that, let's go ahead and jump right on into Dota 2. If
Radiant Team ban.
The silliness of my speakers can go ahead and hold on for 1 second. And let's go ahead and turn that off for a bit. And as you can see, we are in AD2L Season 31, Week
5 seconds
2.
remaining.
Oh,
Dire Team ban. Radiant Team ban.
I'm going to hold off those notifications to the end of the broadcast.
Dire Team ban.
So I'm going to go ahead and just say that this is week 2, and we have WSS.Harpies playing on the side of the Radiant, and we have Pot of Sloth playing on the side of the Dire. So check this out. All right. I don't know what I'm checking out.
Remaining.
Other than a person with the name of Little Rito.
5 seconds remaining.
Followed by Death Heisenberg with Kitty on the side. Pandemonium near the top, while Synapse is the king. I have no idea. Anyways, so we got a Dark Willow and a Puck that's being banned out. It's been pretty popular throughout the whole entire scene in the Dota 2 community. Not everybody goes Puck or they go Dark Willow. Alrighty. And we got Witch Doctor and Grimstroke banned out because they're relatively popular in this region bracket meta. You know, Witch Doctor being super popular for various reasons.
5 seconds remaining.
First pick, we got a Venomancer there going on from WSS.Harpies. Not much of a surprise. So on the side of the Sloth, we got MKY, Zaid, Hold on, let me read this very carefully before I say something messed up. Architeuthis, Nene B, and Coach Steve. Alright, Tidehunter is picked up as the third pick in the draft. Which is not entirely awful, given that he is a big watermelon that's been rolling all over the place in the scene from all the way from the bottom all the way to the top. Extremely, super popular. Then we also got the Juggernaut, one of the more, let's go with popular mainstays of the current meta at the moment. Super popular for the fact that everybody's been picking him. You know? That's what it means to be popular. You are picked a lot. Quite a bit.
10 seconds remaining.
Emphasis on picked.
Radiant Team ban.
But don't worry. Hopefully we'll find some other more popular picks that will be coming out soon. If not, we're going to see some interesting bans. One of which is going to be the Sand King and the Ursa in response. But don't worry.
Dire team ban.
We do... Oh, God. What? Why? Why? Okay, so the Underlord's going to be not visiting us in this game. He's going to go ahead and stay in the Underworld for a moment. So...
10 seconds.
From what I'm seeing, we're...
5 seconds remaining.
I'm sorry, I'm just getting super distracted
Radiant
at the
team
moment
banned.
because my phone is popping off. Kind of get this sixth sense of stuff and whatnot, and it's just really annoying. Hold on. Okay. Throwing my phone away. Alright. Alright, so they're pretty much taking away big offlaners that can either A, mess with their lineup, or B, mess with their carry the potential carry that they're going to pick up. Let's see here. I would like to see a TB being taken off the board and you deal with everything else. Alright, so you can go ahead and deal with TB if he ever gets picked. Personally, I think he's a great choice here. Either way, you know, you have Monkey King out of the pool. Viper's no longer available. Pot of Sloth has to figure out how they're going to go ahead and structure their lineup. And this all hinges on figuring out whether or not Lina is going to be a support or in the mid lane. That doesn't make it any clearer other than maybe Lina is going to be mid or a 5. Actually, that doesn't make anything clearer. We got two very, very interchangeable hero pieces at the moment. That being that they both have more or less an unreliable stun. You have to be within range and try to knock it off and so forth. And very powerful team fighting slash ganking mechanics for their team. So you got the Rubik, who's going to be great against both Venomancer and Tidehunter. The Harpies do have to be a little bit cautious here about who they want to pick up next. If they're willing to go ahead and pick their most likely 4, if not 2 position here, that they have a very good, clear understanding that Rubik is on the board. So they're taking quite a bit of time here. I do believe they understand the severity of the situation that they're in. Because I wouldn't say they're in the corner per se because of how high pressured this draft is. But I would more or less say they know the ramifications if they went ahead and picked Invoker. Alrighty, so they're going to go for the Tusk, and that's what they opt for. And they're going to go ahead and hold off for one more pick to figure out who is either going to be their... Let's see here, their 2 or their 1. As that will be pick numero 8. For those who don't speak Spanish, number 8.
5 seconds remaining.
Trying to see... It would be intriguing here because you can play Rubik as a 4, but when you do, you gotta make sure that the 2 that you're ganking is completely immobile and just like you can just walk up and be like, hey, prepare to die when you're level 3. I do like the tapestry from Pot of Sloth for their banner. You can see it's a shape of a sloth.
Radiant
And
team
WSS.Harpies looks pretty nice too. Alrighty. So the beauty of this pick right now is that you went ahead and just lined it up so you can go ahead and... how would I put this? Play mind games with WSS.Harpies. You either force the 1 pick here, or you go ahead and get a decent matchup in mid. because Timbersaw can play both the 3 or the 1. The 2. Having a 1 Timbersaw is actually a little bit more difficult than people realize. He's not like Bristleback where you can go ahead and snowball and just go ahead and deal with murdering everyone. It's a tad bit more difficult than that. If I was looking at the draft, I just that's exactly not what I wanted to see showing up if I am the Harpies. I would have really tried to drag that that pick out a little bit longer. Storm Spirit is not a terrible pick against this team. Let's see here. We have the Queen of Pain banned out, so they don't want a counter in the mid. Kind of feel that Storm Spirit will have difficulty laning against a Queen of Pain without his lightning ball. So kind of makes sense as to why. You know, she's extremely mobile, blinks away, and does have her damage over time spell with what was it? Not Poison Dagger, was it? I forgot. So Weaver is no longer available. Very nice pick order that the Pot of Sloths did. So they went ahead and picked their carry early. So, you know, it's a big risk, but not a huge one, given that their carry pick was the 4th one in the first phase. And that allows them to go ahead and put a lot of draft pressure in trying to force a lot of mistakes in the draft by lining up a Timbersaw in their final, not final, but like the sorry, I was trying to, in their 7th pick of the draft. Death Prophet is no longer available. So they don't want to deal with too many. Well, first off, Death Prophet is extremely strong, so it's kind of sad to no longer see her on the board or a part of the pool. I mean, if there was a hero that could have picked up easily, you know, Death Prophet would have been the choice here. One of the reasons as to why I believe it would have been the choice is you would have forced Timbersaw to go ahead and build a Blade Mail. Not only that, you go ahead and try to force the Rubik to position himself in a manner that he needs to be trying to catch any of the spells that you go ahead and put out there. Alrighty, so Drow is no longer here. She wants to go on vacation.
10 seconds remaining.
Let's see, I've had 10 seconds with 15 seconds on the clock.
5 seconds remaining.
My default hero to go to would be Anti-Mage right now. I don't know why. It's just like my default hero. Morphling, I think, would be a very nice pickup. As a 1.
Dire team pick.
Or a 2.
Razor.
And they're opting for a Razor. Okay. Generally, you run Razor as a 3 to go ahead and give a lot of space, but it's intriguing because I forgot the interaction between Juggernaut and Razor when you go ahead and have Static Link applied to the Juggernaut. I believe he does lose if he Omni Slashes. I don't know if it breaks. I forget if it does. I want to say that it does, but he's within range. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. When you're the Sloth right now, you gotta go ahead and figure out what would be a great mid matchup for yourself, because you can go ahead and pick a hero that just completely dumpster storm in the mid lane, and Ember is not one of them, apparently, according to a certain few NA pros. So we're looking at maybe I'm trying to think here. What would I have gone with? Definitely not Clinks. Definitely not Clinks. Okay. If I'm to be guessing this lineup right now, you're most, especially on WSS.Harpies, you're probably looking at Kitty being the 5, Harpy, Synapse and Darth Heisenberg. Sorry, that was Darth, not Death. All right, Darth Heisenberg to go in the off lane together as the 3 and the 4. We have Pandemonium being paired up with Kitty in the safe lane. The little burrito is going to be taking over the mid and duties. If you're taking a look at the pot of Sloth, honestly, I really would say at this point you can have your pick at who wants to go ahead and play mid. You know, you can figure the rest of it out later. Because honestly, like, you can throw Timbersaw in the 3 spot, have Naya or the Rubik take on Storm Spirit. I think Lena has the better matchup there. Unfortunately, I'm not too familiar with Pot of Sloth, so I couldn't tell you who's who and what was what in which position and anywhere, or at any point. But everything will go ahead and sort itself out soon, real quick, as soon as I figure out what is what. By looking at their items, you can figure that out. Because experienced casters can do that.
Prepare for battle.
All right. Okay. So let's see here. You're going to be in the offlane so far from what I can see. Alrighty, it's going to be a mid Clinks. I feel that is a missed opportunity in which that you can go ahead and pressure that mid lane for the Timbersaw. So you could have actually tri-laned on bottom with both the Rubik and the Lena. You go, because you have 2 unreliable stuns with Blade Fury, which would have been easy first blood money. Alright, we're going to have a quick smoke from Harpies. They're going to be running up this hill right now. There you see Coach Steve. Steve is like, I don't want to go ahead. Oh, but he is forced to go ahead and use Skeleton Walk. They do not have any detection on them. This is why it's so important to carry detection, because it would have been an easy first blood. But with the amount of presence that you have in the bottom portion of the map, that's an easy 2 runes. And if they really wanted to be sneaky, they could have actually left 1 hero over on the bounty rune area and quickly teleported 4 to the top tower and try to go ahead and pincer on through in the top jungle on the Radiant side to see if they can catch 1 or the 2 heroes for an easy first blood. Okay. So far, this is pretty damaging. The slow from Kitty can hurt Navy quite a bit.
Slain.
And MKY's courier is no longer part of this world. It's going to be very uncomfortable in lane for MKY, which hurts his ability to lane in terms of regeneration, because you know, he can't courier a few things out to him because he does have a soul ring queued up. Nene V, on the other hand, was expecting to go ahead and roam quickly. With the amount of presence that's going to be pressured for the Timbersaw right now, I would not be comfortable with how things are going to be looking like in the next minute or two. But over in the top, we had, you know, Ark being threatened with his life, you know.
Radiant's bottom tower
With
is under attack.
4 CS, you know, not the greatest, but it's still there, you know. You know, Darth Heisenberg and Synapse, they put a lot of pressure, so I'm guessing that they had Snowball. No, they only just had a tag team. Oh my, and Ark, he's just getting bullied out of this lane. Dude, this Tusk gives no anything at all. So he's going to go ahead and just move on back. Try to go ahead and put this lane under tower with his Tidehunter. A little bit surprised that Zayd and Ark didn't decide to go ahead and try to contest for these lanes to go ahead and bring him back. And you know, we're gonna T-Tor on over to see the last second death of the Timber Saw. So if we go ahead and try to calculate and figure out what were the things that happened, it was pretty much the Venomous Gale and, well, not Venomous, sorry, Poisonous Gale. And the Razor just doing some static linkage on that and murdering. But up top, it feels like the Juggernaut's in a lot of trouble there. You know, he's in a position where he's going to get chased down quite a bit by Synapse, which is really intriguing because like Heisenberg can. Oh no, he missed that last hit. He clicked a little too early. Otherwise, that would have been a great kill on that courier, which would have crippled this lane a whole lot more. But you know, he missed that, and I believe the salve was used, so he's able to go ahead and stick around in lane for a bit. Over in the mid lane, we got the Vortex coming in by Little Burrito trying to threaten Coach Steve to be like, hey, this is my lane, but Coach Steve ain't having it, so he's gonna be throwing some wonderful fire orbs at him and be like, yo, I ain't leaving, you ain't leaving, first one to die loses. Because we're gonna figure out in about 5 seconds, well, which one's going to be picking up the rune. And the rune is so important in this meta that the winning percentage of the mid laner who goes ahead and picks up the power rune at this minute mark, I believe someone said a ridiculous estimation of 75%. That's a double damage rune. There's electric vortex coming through. He's going to go ahead and try to knock him out of lane quite a bit, which he's able to do so. And while that is going on over on the bottom lane, the poor little kitty was out of position and was probably murdered quite a bit. Most likely from Timbersaw alone. I mean, like, yeah. And a little help from Lena from the looks of things, if I was to guess right. Alright, oh, there's some gush. Synapse has a chance at this if he just uses his Anchor Smash, but he has no mana. He's overextended. He's lost in the woods. Can they find him real quick? And they're able to go ahead and do so with a quick finish on the Fade Bolt. That's an easy kill for them. In response, Heisenberg is going to be running around in the top area to grab some bounty runes to go ahead and help out his teammate that fell in lane and try not to flame him to death for it. He's going to go ahead and leave one up for his Little Burrito. And that way he has a few charges in the bottle. Over on the bottom lane. Just to give you guys a little tiny heads up, they're going to go ahead and try to take down MKY. The Poisonous Gale is being applied to him. Up top, on the other hand, Juggernaut is taken down because the Storm Spirit showed up. He decided to go ahead and wrap around that way. Real ballsy move. Just straight on. I thought MKY was going to fall sooner, but that wasn't the case. You know, Little Burrito picked up his rune over here. Just walked straight up that way. And I was like, murder time. Something he should have kept in mind. MKY still being threatened. Sorry for the touring around. Trying to see how everything's looking. We're past the 5-minute mark, so let's go ahead and chuck up the good old net worth here. I'm just taking a look-see. It kind of feels like Harpies are in a bit of a very strong, I'm not gonna say a stranglehold on the game, but it's very strong. Maybe it's not gonna be not the greatest thing right now because Pandemonium's gonna go ahead and see if they can track down MKY with a small little tiny juke, thinking that he was gonna be moving left. while he was still in the fog of war, and then quickly timber chained the opposite direction and threw off Pandemonium. As soon as Pandemonium realized that, he just started walking away. So that is a great advantage for the Timbersaw to go ahead and use the fog of war there. Quite helpful. He is falling behind. He doesn't seem to be feeling that his lane is in a lot of trouble at the moment. Over on the top area though, they're able to go ahead and find a quick kill on the Rubik. Feels like a snowball with the tag team, anchor smash into Gush. Makes it a lot easier. Excuse me. Sorry. Because Juggernaut is a melee hero, Tidehunter doesn't seem to be quite invested in using Gush. He really wants to go ahead and have that anchor smash available. 2 levels into the Kraken Shell. A little conservative of a build. It's really nice though. The 2 points in the anchor smash really controls the lane and how far it's being pushed up, and able to go ahead and try to take away some of the damage that the Juggernaut can do in lane. And the other thing though is that I think 2 points in Gush would have been a lot better, given that, you know, how conservative this is. Like, I do like the damage block, but you're dealing with a Juggernaut who's going to be spinning a lot more than right-clicking you.
No, you don't.
Oh, Arc. That was a big mistake right there. You don't go ahead and expose your ward that way. You know? It don't feel right. Okay? It really don't feel right. Because Kitty was able to go ahead and solo kill the Lina from the looks of things. Pandemonium just hanging around in lane, trying to be a nuisance more than anything else. MKY trying to recover from the laning stage. You know, it's quite interesting what we got so far. Does have a soul ring. He does have a few things on his mind. It feels like he's trying to finish his arcane boots and try to get that Hood of Defiance. Otherwise, there's a failed gank in the middle, because there was some backup from both the Nene B and Zayd. I think Zayd and Nene B CP'd in the middle to help out Coach Steve after a quick zip and a snowball. And little Burrito was like, nope, not dealing with this. Gotta get out. Alright, so runes are up again. You can say that even though the net worth doesn't really truly reflect it, it really feels like a lot of this whole entire situation is in the favor of the Harpies. Pot of Sloth, you know, they're just like less than 1k behind, but it don't feel like they have a lot of control on it. You know, and I don't want to be rude or mean here. It's just like the laning phase so far this game, to me feels that they are very fortunate that it's only less than 1k lead. If it could have easily been 2 to 3k, leaving this laning phase with the score that it is and how the lanes are being pushed in and where everything's at. The Tusk being not all over the place this game, but deciding to finally start moving and roaming around the map at this junction of the game is a bit surprising. You know, I think it would have been a little bit better for him to do what he's doing right now with his other teammates like a few minutes ago, to go ahead and really expand that gold lead, really suffocate the map for Pot of Sloth, you know? It would have been nice to see that, but I don't think that was in the cards for them. You know, it just didn't feel like they were on the same page.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Kind of see, okay, that's okay. The reward's over there. All right, so this top whole entire area is sacked, more or less, unless they want to go ahead and contest for it, because I think that's what they're going to be doing. MKY is going to go ahead and throw out his Chakram to see what he can find. There's the ultimate from Venom. They're going to go ahead and try to snowball in. There's the electric field and the static link being applied. They're going to go ahead and try to get MKY down. And it was quite easy. Quick punch. Little anchor smash. Boom. Zayd was hanging out on top, but I think they needed a little bit more backup there to go ahead and fix that. In response, we got Pot of Sloth coming in and just like taking out the Storm Spirit. Oh my. He hung around a little too long. And dang it, this is a little loud for me. Sorry guys. Just gonna change it to 50% here. Check that back to 30. Go back to the place. Put that around 27. Let's go. Sorry about that. I should probably check the unit speech as well. Holy moly. Alright. Oh. Having the music being blared into your headset is a little much when you're trying to cast. Because you lose everything. Alright, they do have detection here, so Coach Steve is going down. Alright, there's a quick steal with a static link. Oh man, he was hoping for something else, and oh no, Nene baby. Yikes, can you actually do it? Alright, there's the lift. Just throw out the Dragon Slave, and there you go. Yeah, that was great for her. Ah, the plasma field. Alright.
Regeneration.
So glad I did not call it the kinetic field. It's so easy to remember and lose, but oh, Zip, little burrito, what are you doing there, bud? Like, I think you incurred the wrath of the whole entire team of Pot of Sloth because it feels like they're gonna go ahead and hunt you down. Coach Steve knows this is not warded because they have at least one sentry there, and he walks into the other side of the sentry. Oh man, they're gonna throw out the Orchid, and not enough time for him to hide. Ooh, talk about easy pickings there. That's just unfortunate for the Storm Spirit right there. I mean, like, he was on top of the net worth. He had like a 2 or 3K like advantage on someone, and quickly everything's turning around nice and slow. I mean, oh boy, this is gonna be quite a bit of a barn burner. I'm gonna be predicting right here, right now. They're looking for some vision. Kind of feels like they're looking. I think they suspected it. Their spidey sense was tingling, so they threw up a ward. As soon as that happened, they ran away. You know, little burrito, I thought was gonna go ahead and try to get Arc there, but Arc's just like, yeah. It really feels like Arc is a little bit behind here, like in comparison to Pandemonium. You know, it really does feel like that. You know, oh, this is an intriguing build. 4 points into the plasma field, 4 points in the static link. I understand that. I feel that maybe a few points in Storm Surge over the plasma field would be a lot better for him. Oh, there's a little bit of contention there. You know, just easily TPs on out. You know, that telekinesis was used, so the opportunity was there. They do see Synapse. They are going to be trying to attempt this. There's 4 of them. They missed the LSA, but the Ravage was cast. It's not the greatest win for the Tidehunter there. You know, getting picked off is something that you are expected to see coming. Pot of Sloth had figured that out, and even though the LSA did miss, the Ravage connected. It could have gone way worse, you know, because like if that Ravage landed much earlier,
Radiant's top tower
and the
is under
Tidehunter
attack.
and decided to go ahead and be like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and just start messing around, anchor smashing everyone, I think there would have been a lot of problems. Okay. They do have some vision up here in just the play wards, but it's not ideal. They're throwing down sentries, of course. Gonna de-ward that. Other side of the map, I would like the team to go ahead and try to smoke up and figure something out. Oh, never mind. I think that is the play now. That is very much the play. Go ahead and smoke up. As for. Yeah, and that's the honest truth. You smoke up as 4. You know Clinks is dead. They're not entirely expecting you to go ahead and try to retaliate. Otherwise, something like this is going to happen. Where you're going to have Little Burrito zip on in and try to murder your win condition. You know, it's a terrible, terrible thing. If Zayd was not there, you know, Ark would be absolutely dead. So in response, he's just going to take his frustrations out on Zayd, zipping on in, throwing out a few remnants. There's a right click. Oh, he's going to go ahead and use himself up in the air. It gives him plenty of opportunity and time to go ahead and zip up the hill, use a salve and a bottle. Can go ahead and do so. He now knows there's vision up there, so it's not the greatest ideal place to be. Oh no. He had opportunity to go ahead and use that last bottle and use a salve. Yeah. I mean, like, if he continued on in this direction and went down that way, he had an opportunity of doing that. Probably had a way out if he did. I know the Lina was right here, but if you go downwards and hang right, you know, you got a lot of ground to cover there. Alrighty, so more ward coverage going down. Kitty, you're doing an excellent job throwing out those wards, trying to figure out where everything's at. And not only that, you are spamming your plague wards there. Your plague wards. Okay. Trying to see if they can apply some pressure in this part of the jungle and map. The wave is being pushed up, so this is a great opportunity for them to apply, you know, the poisonous gale there. He's gonna go and throw out the venomous. Gonna go ahead and try to right click him down. They barely nick with the Ravage. I thought MKY was out of there. Oh my. Here comes the plasma field. You know, Pandemonium being late to the party. Both the we have two sides of the fight going down. Alright. Oh, Zayd's gonna be going down real soon. The Juggernaut in Ark was able to get out of there because he just went ahead and Blade Fury'd away. Oof. You know, that Razor in the backline, that was a lot of trouble. I mean, through all of that, I believe Clinks was somewhere else on the map. If not, he was hiding away and disengaged real quick. I mean, seeing that Ravage and those ice shards to go ahead and block the path of the Lina, oh, that must have been a terrible feeling for Nene B. And it wasn't even easier that, you know, MKY got caught up on the clipping of the Ravage. I thought he was completely out of there, like out of that range. You know, just the sheer fact that he got clipped by it just really ruined his positioning for that, you know. And it just made that team fight a whole lot harder because he decided to go ahead and engage on that. And that's a very difficult thing to do. You know, okay, the Dire, I believe they are smoked up. Yes, they are. Wait, no, they're not smoked up. They are smoked up. Alright, Coach Steve is there. He has figured out that he is under a sentry. They're going to go ahead and silence up this Razor. They're going to go throw out the LSA and miss everything. MKY is trying to cut off Pandemonium, but he's going to go ahead and chase in a different direction. Synapse, they're going to give up on that. And that is a failed gank attempt.
Dire's
All right.
bottom tower is
So those
under
few
attack.
extra points and in the static surge
Dire's
paying
bottom
off.
tower has
Oh, they're able to go ahead and do so and stop MKY from running away with a snowball in the middle of a timber chain. Then he got punched up in the air,
Dire's bottom tower is under
and then he got
attack.
murdered.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Little Burrito putting more pressure on the bottom lane there.
Looking for me?
He's trying his best to go ahead and tear this team apart little by little by going ahead and split pushing with his team. Now, what this does for the map is, well, it ideally goes ahead and separates the team in two to go ahead and cover the map as much as they possibly can without getting cut off from one another. The more space that you have to cover and the more distance is between the players and members, the easier it is to go ahead and identify which is the weakest link and go after them. And not to mention the more likelihood of finding who's going to be out of position a lot faster. Okay? Because right now I can tell you, Ark completely out of position. Instead, we got Little Burrito zipping on in and killing Zayd. You know, I mean, like, which one is the more scrumptious, dillyumptious option? The Juggernaut or the Rubik? I would have gone with with the Juggernaut. Because look at this situation right here. All right. Ark barely surviving and then puts on the healing ward while they went ahead and wasted how many spells? Like 2? All right, out comes the Omni Slash. They're sticking together. Oh, there's the quick snowball to go ahead and try to negate some of it. Pandemonium, throw it out a static link. In comes Little Burrito with a vortex. And that is a dead Juggernaut. So what did we learn there, class? Snowball is your friend. So, when all was looking pretty not so great, they were able to go ahead and turn it around real quick and just get an easy, I wouldn't say an easy pick off, but that one on the other hand was an easy pick off. And here we are in the backline with MKY trying to kill the kitty with Coach Steve with the Syrian arrows and whatnot. So, with a little bit of caution, we have Little Burrito TPing back to base with the rest of his team, I guess. You know, Heisenberg and Synapse chilling. They know they have a good amount of control on the map. It doesn't mean they can go ahead and take their foot off the gas just a little bit so they can farm up. That's the wrong thing to do. They just took out a few heroes. What they really need to do is go ahead and reestablish control of the map and instill a lot more fear into the side of the Dire if they want to go ahead and really finish off this game in good fashion. It doesn't mean that, you know, Pot of Sloth is out of this. It just means Pot of Sloth is in a corner quite a bit. They're backed into it. So, with that being said, they're going to go ahead and smoke up. They're trying to see who they can pick off. They do have a little bit of eyes on the back line. Nene V is going to go ahead and throw out the LSA, which lands on the Storm Spirit, who's going to be throwing up his Yules, and he's going to zip on out of there. MKY and Coach Steve are in a little bit of trouble. They're trying to fight their way out of this one. The BKB is used on Steve. He's going to go ahead and try to run away. He's able to do so just a little bit. And in the other side of the map, we have a very dead MKY because Pandemonium went ahead and just walked him down, and Zayd on the other hand walks in cluelessly and just absolutely gets decimated. I'm not entirely sure if he threw himself there for a sacrifice to make sure that Clinks can go ahead and get on out.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But I'm gonna go ahead and assume that was the case. If not, he walked in there blindly and decided to be like, it's worth it. Oh, sentry's down.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Coach Steve has to play this portion of the map a little bit more cautiously. His teammates must have at least told him that there's a sentry down, and they're gonna get rid of it as we speak. So he's gonna be getting the Aghanim shard, which is actually quite cool. You know, it used to be the old Aghanims, and then they found the watermelon. Can they go ahead and crack him open is the question. There's little Burrito on the side. He has silenced up. He has his BKB going. There's the Ravage. It hits onto the Timber Saw. He's gonna go ahead and use himself up, I guess. And we have a BKB on Pandemonium as well. Alright, Nene B is running away. Zayd, he's gonna go ahead and snowball up. And he's gonna go ahead and snowball it right into the Ancients. He's gonna lift and, you know, get himself killed. Tried to throw him away, but that was not the thing that he was trying to do. BKB on Razor, who would have thunk it, right? Shows up and just murders everyone.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It was starting to look good, you know, the BKB was used. I mean, it was starting to look good for Coach Steve in that fight, you know. The Nene B was in the back lines not being, you know, gone on, and, you know, Heisenberg and Kitty was nowhere to be found, and I think they had the right choice there. I just believe they silenced up the wrong person. I think you eat the Ravage. You have the Storm silenced up so he can't run away all over the place. Because at that point, you BKB is going. You just go ahead and just silence up the Storm Spirit and murder him. You know, the BKB is not going to affect you. And that would have been, I feel, the winning play for that team fight. If you were Coach Steve. Hindsight is 2020, but I kind of felt like that was the play there, you know. I really do feel like that was the play. Because that would have, because the Ravage was going to go off regardless. So the fact that the Storm Spirit was not silenced up really helped out the Harpies to go ahead and take advantage of the situation. You know, the Timber Saw, like, he's beefy, but I don't think he can do much right now. Like, there's just a little too much damage that's coming out. Especially when that static link is being applied to anybody on his team. It's just a nightmare. You know, Pandemonium just has... He's a little difficult to kill right now. He has a lot of armor, he has Sanjanyasha. He's, you know, more or less max move speed. If you try to slow him down, the stacked move speed that he has, like, like more or less negates the minus move speed, and it's just like, oh my lord, it's way too much. Yeah, it's a tad bit way too much. Alright, we have some movement here on the bottom. We got Coach Steve with Zayd. They're gonna go ahead and try to stay invis. Well, yeah, they're gonna go instantly try to get him. The Yules is up. Can they go ahead and lift him up in the air? They do have him there. There's the LSA with the Laguna Blade. Ooh. A 5 kill streak. 5 kill streak, okay. Alright. They're going for the Yules on it. Okay. Juggernaut trying to build up the Aghanims for himself. Does have Basher queued up into an Abyssal Blade for a little bit later. Roshan, on the other hand, this is where the game can be thrown. You know your Storm Spirit's down. They smoked up to come on and visit you. Your watermelon got cracked open so hard, this is turning into a disaster. It's that moment when you realize when you're eating that watermelon, it's all over the floor. Yeah. It's all over the floor and then some. Alright. I would have not advised a Roshan there. Even though it was trying to be sneaky as possible. You know, you were trying to go for the win right there, man. I think the safer play would have been get the hell on out. Play the high ground in your own jungle area. Let the Juggernaut... Not the Juggernaut. You let your Razor go ahead and
Radiant's
clear
middle
camps and
tower
so
has
forth,
fallen.
and then move on back in, because like, look at this, Roshan. Like look at how much like skeletons are there. That's not good. You needed wards, and I believe you guys had a lot of plague wards in there. You know, play a little bit more safely next time. I think you would have been able to go ahead and grab that Roshan. Instead, your watermelon got murdered right off the bat, and it kind of just spiraled out of control from there. You know, because like now we got Coach Steve running around, almost finished with his axe. He's a few pieces away. Now we got to deal with Architeuthis here with an Aegis who's farming up his Aghanims as well. Not that far away either. 2 pieces. He has a Paladin sword and now an Aegis. He also has a save in his Manta, so it's kind of like you kind of sort of need to ask yourself, did we accidentally throw the game right there? Maybe. So if you want to go ahead and take a look at the XP graph, you guys were in full control of this whole entire match, and then doink. While that is all going on, we got Silence Tusky Wusky, and there's Synapse blinking on in, using his Ravage Pandemonium with the Static Link. There's the Blade Fury to go ahead and walk away. They're going to go ahead and try to steal a Static Link. Guardian Greaves is being applied. Can they go ahead and have a little bit more fighting, please, so I can sound a little bit more important? Nope. And Kitty's just going to be doing support things. Be proud of yourself, Kitty. You're having a great game. You're just throwing down those sentries, those observer wards, dewarding everywhere. There we go. We got a lift on Little Burrito. He's going to use his Bloodstone to try to zip away. And their Synapse is going to be taken down with the last hit by Architeuthis, who's also going to go ahead and use his man to try to get this little kitty. We got Coach Steve helping him out, and they have him in his sights. Can they go ahead and finish the job? No, they're unable to do so. Just because you apply the Orchid doesn't mean the TP stops. All right. I know the train of thought there. You just go ahead and apply the Orchid, so that way the magic damage from Soulburn goes in and pops him. But you know, you just need a little bit more damage there. Like if he fell down like a little bit below 15% of health, 10% of health, you got a shot. But you just needed something there, a little bit more. You know, if you had a Skull Basher instead of a Maelstrom, I think you guys would have had a really good shot at that. Oh, Architecture giving no care in the world, just trying to chase down Kitty. Don't feel like he's happy.
Stupendous.
Oh, Little Burrito, you're a courier. You gotta be a little bit more careful. Here comes the Chakram. There's a silence on Synapse. Orchid is going to be on a cooldown for a few moments here now. Another 10 seconds so they can go ahead and use that one more time. They're going to go ahead and try to push forward. There's the Poisonous Gale, I guess.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I don't know if the Harpies want to give up this positioning, because they feel like they can go ahead and march backward at them. Backwards, so they're going to be able to go ahead and march right back at them. On the other hand, Architeuthis is going to go ahead and back and defend it. To go ahead and defend the towers and so forth. Or at least try to. Yeah, he canceled his TP. Thought he went back. Oh well. I see. They kind of feel like, well, at least in my eyes, that they're on the back foot here. It makes sense that they feel like they're losing right now. You know, Sloth, they really, they really turned it around quite a bit for the past few minutes. They knew they were in a bad spot, so they were able to go ahead and do so and turn it around. Which they're going to go ahead and try to do right now. The blink in forward and the force staff. There's the Omni Slash coming on through. Ooh, nicely timed Ravage to go ahead and get Architeuthis in there. There's the Poison Nova with a stolen Ravage on the other side of the fight here. Little Burrito got caught, but he's going to zip away to go ahead and apply and try to take down MKY. The Poison... No, sorry, not the Poison Nova. That just completely missed. The Gale, I mean, whiffed. Out of all of that, only the Tusky Wusky was taken out. Come on. Like, be a little bit more aggressive, Pot of Sloth. You have an opportunity that's wide open right there. Go ahead and just run after him. You do have ages, you know, or had ages. You know. Kind of felt like you had an opportunity. That was a little open right there. But they are a man down. They had 10 seconds. This is something that you're supposed to be doing anyways. Pushing lanes immediately while you still have a few seconds of advantage. You know, you do have the control of the outpost on the bottom side. Nice little ward here to go ahead and, you know, keep an eye on the outpost, but I feel that is more applicable when the tier 2 is still up. So any form of vision in this whole entire area, I think, would be really a-okay.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Alright. Take your time, and sieging the high ground is the best strategy when you have a Timber Saw right in front of you. Especially when he has a heart, because the static links up, he's going to Timber Chop. He's going to go ahead and Timber Chain away. Alright. Seems like we're seeing a lot more conservative plays coming on out. They don't want to go ahead and throw away their advantage just now. Where's the eggs? It's on its way, isn't it? No, it's not. Is this courier dead? No, it's not. Where is his courier? Right there. Okay. So Aghanims is on the way. Aghanims is online. You know, he can bait out a whole lot of stuff with a Swift Slash, though. I mean, holy cow. Nothing scarier than a Juggernaut jumping on top of you with Omni Slash. And the only thing going through your head at that moment is, am I gonna live? Well, actually, Kitty's gonna live because Kitty has a Ghost Scepter. Architeuthis, on the other hand, is going to go ahead and try to right-click away. Using his illusions to push. Probably asking MKY to be the front man here. We do have a meeting of the minds at the moment. Does someone have a smoke? The smoke is up. A few seconds and Heisenberg can go ahead and use it. Oh boy. They smoked up immediately and it got broken. Oh man, that Kraken shell messed up that telekinesis. Pandemonium. BKB. Ooh, man. He's going to go ahead and static link to the Architeuthis, and he's going down. Oh no, and so does the Rubik, and he's going down. So much Plague Wards all over the place. Here comes the punch from MKY to finish the job. Oh man, there's skeletons all over the place. There's the poisonous gales all over. Oh man, that poisonous gale to get these Plague Wards out, man. Oh, that completely ruined everything. Oh man, you walk uphill. Yeesh. Oh man, that's just like a terrible, terrible feeling right now, man. You had so much going for you. I mean, you started off the fight with the Ravage, and the Tidehunter got caught. Everybody got caught. I think the biggest mistake was obviously the Juggernaut in that fight. We just kept chasing the Storm Spirit away from the rest of the team, and oh man, and that counter Ravage, that was like the worst feeling to see. Scotty, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and try to push down this lane. And Well, I mean, I'm stating the obvious, but still, like, they're going to try to push down this lane to go ahead and create some sort of pressure to go ahead and not only put the pressure onto the pot of Sloth, they're trying to bait out a mistake. And it's super easy to do that, given that Coach Steve is up here trying to take on, you know, that right there. You know, I mean, like, Synapse, like, for that to work, they needed, like, 2 or 3 other people to bait that out right next to him. They could go ahead and turn on Steve, but I think they were a little slow there. Just a little slow. Ooh, Illusion Escape. That's great. Oh no. He has a Guinzu queued up. Oh, so does Rubik. Okay, cool. So 2 little piggies. There's gonna be 2 little pig sticks running around now. Okay, Skull Basher there. Abyssal Blade is being worked on. There's the Ice Shards. They do know that they're in there. Being pinged out by the Tusk. I mean, Ravage is available. You kind of sort of don't want to wait longer than you should. Like, now's a good time to go ahead and... Oh god. He's going to zip on in, use the Vortex, and get lifted up. There's the Plasma Field. He's going to yield himself up to go ahead and avoid the LSA. There's the BKBs going off. There's a Ravage. And we got a few things going on with the Static Link for Coach Steve to be like, oh crap, I'm going to be not that effective. Out comes the counter Ravage on the other hand with the Laguna Blade to go ahead and finish it off the job. And Pandemonium's going to be stuck right there with everybody as he goes ahead and uses his Trickster's Cloak to get away. So out of all of that, we got a dead Storm Spirit and a very dead Tidehunter.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Ooh, I don't think the initiation was the Storm. I think the initiation was the Tide. The follow-up was the Storm, you know, because, like, when you have everybody stunned around you, go in, Vortex the correct hero that you need to, finish the job. Now you gotta deal with the Scythe of Ice on Coach Steve, and does Rubik have it by any chance? No, he has like 3 more pieces, well, 2 more pieces after the... Actually 1 piece, depending on how he wants to spend that money. You know, picking that up. Pandemonium's trying to fight the illusions and try to get all these pesky little skeletons out of the way so they can go ahead and do something. Synapse is going to go ahead and try to gush. There's the Poisonous Gale being thrown out. But they really can't do much. There's just way too... The healing war is a huge issue right there. They could not get to it whatsoever. They had a big Timber Saw right in front of them. You know, Coach Steve going in and out of his skeleton walk just so he can get some skeletons out there to give some backup, using strafes to kill the tower. Plasma Field's doing nothing. The Pandemonium's silenced up and the Static Link isn't working at the moment. Oh man, MK Wave's trying to get out of here. Oh no, Architeuthis has to use his Blade Fury. There goes the Plasma Field again. Used up in the air is the Storm Spirit who's going to get LSA'd, and Laguna Blade, down he goes. There's a Snowball to go ahead and catch on MKY while they punch the Juggernaut to death. Pandemonium's still trying to do something in all of this, and here comes the Omni Slash. Coach Steve hasn't been touching any of this whole entire fight, and my god, it is absolute chaos that's going on, and there's so many Plague Wards. Why? Oh no, Pandemonium, you just got caught, got lifted up a little bit, but he's gonna go ahead and find himself to safety by using his Trickster's Cloak to go ahead and chase Zayd away. Ay, ay, ay. Why? All for a tier 3 tower. But they're going to go ahead and move on the other side of the map with 2 of them. Steve here is not caring whatsoever. He's going to go ahead and... He's in a really bad spot. Plasma Field is there. Oh, they're going to go ahead and use some dust to get him. Oh man, they have him used up in the air, this Pandemonium. Here comes a Swift Slash from the looks of things. Oh my gosh, and he still has Ravage there. And there's going to be the counter Ravage from the Tidehunter. Oh, Pandemonium using his BKB, grabbing the Plasma Field, using the Static Link on the Juggernaut, who's not going to be able to right-click. But Zayd's going to go ahead and steal that spell from him and use the Static Link. And great use of the Laguna Blade to take him out of the fight. Alright. they're going to be using the buyback immediately there for obvious reasons. Go ahead and try to get this tower defense going. MKY is not really given a care at the moment. Yule's up in the air. Can they go ahead and land it? Oh, no. Barely off the mark. Oh, man. They're going to go ahead and use the static link again. There's the Poison Nova. Try to get this Juggernaut off the tower. Instead, they're going to lift him up into the air, throw him back. Oh my gosh, a 4-man. Wait, actually, is that a 5-man electric vortex? Because I think that was a 5-man. Oh my god, this is looking horrible for Pot of Sloth. Everybody got caught on so many plague wards. Oh no. Oh, what was looking so good ended up being terrible. Oh man. Lil Burrito with a great electric vortex, grabbing all 5, and was able to do so because he had his Aghanim Scepter. Oh, that was a huge play. I think it would have been bigger if he got his shards. Because if he had shards and had the electric rave, everybody would have been dead. And I don't think he had the gold for it at the moment. I would like to go back and check, but... Oh my. You want to talk about a highlight? That one was huge. So much so that they're going to go ahead and march down mid, take out a tower.
Structures are fortified.
Well, obviously they're going to glyph here, you know, but they're going to take out this tower. They're going to take out this tower. Okay, they're a little shy on the trigger here to take out this tower because Coach Steve is going to have some reinforcements. They do have Pandemonium lifted up in the air with the LSA being applied. The Laguna Blade, can they get the last hit? Oh, they're unable to do so. Oh, little Burrito's like, hey, remember me? As he zips on in, and they're like, yep, we're not going to mess with that. Oh, man. They were so close to getting this Razor, and they just could not get the finish. Oh, so close. Yet so far. I think that Scotty is going to be very helpful in the tankiness department. They do find MKY, who's like knocking on the door saying, hey, get out of my ancients. They do have some vision here for the for the side of the dire here, and oh boy, yikes! Oh, they're gonna throw out the shards right there. Okay. Hey, you know it'd be really cool if Phase Boots just lets you walk on through shards. That would have been nice. But it don't work that way. It only works with other units. And technically, shards is not a unit. Even though I kind of feel like it should be. Man. That's a really big model of Quinks there. I'm not entirely sure who wants to do something here, but holy cow. What was supposedly in the hands of the Pot of Sloth quickly turned around to be, I'm not going to say thrown, but more along the lines gingerly handed to the side of everything here. But there's a few spells going on both sides of the map, as you can see. There's a few buybacks going on right now with the Rubik coming on back. Still using the Swift Slash, and the LSA misses. Oh, actually not really entirely because the BKB's there. Coach Steve trying to chase away everybody, but you know, there's the Plasma Field. He's gonna go ahead and blink away. Kitty, run for your life. Oh, that poisonous Gale, man. That thing's so friggin' annoying. And the LSA barely off the mark, but they're not gonna let him live. They're gonna go jump forward, lift him up in the air, bring him back a little bit. Can he get to the haste? He is able to do so as he hastily dies.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And Juggernaut with a buyback. What in the world? Okay, I feel like he's reading the situation a little bit differently than I am. I think he bought back just so he can go and be intimidating. You know, Timbersaw is pointing out that the storm is running around. Okay.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
We are a few minutes behind. This is not live. This is being casted from Dota TV. Okay. They are marching right into here. Okay, he's going to use the scythe device immediately on the little burrito, who gets silenced up and must run away. Oh, BKB being used by Pandemonium. Here comes the zip. Can he get another 5-man? He only got 3 going on, not 2 going on. And he's going to get bashed up a little bit. Little burrito with the BKB. Going to zip and walk away. Oh my. Oh, the LSA. Barely misses Pandemonium, and Pandemonium's like, oh, thank goodness I didn't walk any further. Because right now, I think if you can go ahead and get a really, really strong initiation from the side of Pot of Sloth, this game's over. I'm thinking more along the lines of Zay just like blinking on in like a crazy man, lifting up the storm and just give him an easy kill. And I believe that would force a buyback, which is available for the Little Burrito. They're going to be focusing on this Rax right here to take it out. Blade Freeze out. There's the zip forward. He has 3 in the back line. Does he have the electric rave going on? Yes, he does. But it's not doing much damage because they go ahead and lift him up with the LSA and the finish on the Laguna Blade. Buyback is available, and he's going to use it, and that's a dieback from the Juggernaut. Oh my god, he's going to zip on in into the back line. Oh my, he almost got Coach Steve. But Coach Steve with the BKB trying to run away from Pandemonium with the static link applied to him. MK Way trying to survive this, but a little bit more important over here with the plasma field. There's a start, and there's the dust being used. Oh, he turned into a little piggy wiggy. Up in the air he goes. He's gonna run away, and while they're trying to chase him, he gets a kill. Oh my gosh, Little Burrito does finish the job though. Pandemonium trying to go ahead and kite. Nah, doesn't look like he's gonna try to kite, because Coach Steve's like, I got a better idea. I'm gonna go ahead and sneak on over on this side of the map, follow the creep wave, and just cut it off. He's gonna do this. I mean, like, you're the one, you know? You're the one who has to do it. It makes a lot of sense at this point of the game. You have to cut off lanes just so you can apply pressure. If you can cut them off right here, it creates tremendous pressure wherever you're attacking from whichever lane that you're doing so. It just makes the game that much easier, because like just the sheer fact that he cut off the lane right here. Take a look at where the pressure is at, right over there. Now it's going to be shoved on top of this little lane. Now you can't have Little Burrito pushing into the side of the jungle here or over there. He's now supposed to come back, try to catch that wave. Let's take a look at where he's going now. Pinging the Tusk, pinging out like, hey, we need that bounty rune. It's like, come on, dude. Like, let me do what I need to do. You know, oh god, no. Roche is up. Do they know? Do they know? Oh no. I really felt a little upset when I saw the Juggernaut picking up that buyback, and I'm just like, no, that's not what I know. Oh no, I don't think they know. They're about to find out right there. Oh my god, perfectly timed LSA, and she couldn't go in. If she did, she would have died. And I don't think it was worth it at that point. Well, actually, Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Orb. Yeah, actually, if she had Force Staff, jumped on in with the Force Staff, picked up the Refresher Orb, LSA right off the Laguna, then the LSA, to be more efficient, obviously. Pick up the Aegis, and you run like hell. Yeah, I think that would have ruined everything, yeah. I think that's the most ideal, like, situation at that point. LSA, Force Staff, Laguna, LSA. I think you have enough time to do that before you get smacked. as you pick up the Aegis and run out. Yeah, with cheese. I really do feel like you have that. Yeah, and that could have only been pulled off if she had a Force Staff or a Blink. I want to stress that very clearly because she does not have any of that. So what are shards? Let's see here. Laguna Blade's cast range by 150, and oh yeah, it goes through units. I forgot about that. And if they're in the line, oh god, like ugh. Oh, this is a topsy-turvy type of game. 57 minutes in, and we see which team is going to make the biggest mistake. Because right now, they're trying to be hunting. They're trying to find Kitty. They're able to find something, and they found her. They found the Kitty. Here comes the zip on forward. BKB is up. They have Kitty hexed up. Here comes the Electric Vortex. Oh my gosh, followed up by the Ravage. It seems like they have the Refresher going a second time. Down goes 3 and 4. There's the 5th member of POS. Pod of Sloth going down. They're going to go ahead and TP on back to the base, little burrito, just so you can zip and get rid of all of these damn creeps out of the base. Oh, I told you, man. You just cut off the lanes just a little bit. Creates tremendous pressure. Like right now, Synapse, this is what you need to do, bud. Go up and drag. Drag it back to the tower. You don't need to fight him out there. Just drag him back to the tower and fight under that tower. And you'll be okay. Because you force some buybacks out after that point. Or at least you hope to. Yeah, I know, like, the whole entire backdoor protection's still up and everything, but still, like... Oh, never mind, they had enough. Oh, okay, so they're gonna go ahead and try to force the 3 buybacks out. That's available. Oh, now there's a 4th. I would be using mine, Rubik. I would not be afraid to do it. You go ahead and do it. Alright, they're going to go ahead and snowball in. There's the zip forward, the buyback from the Rubik to go ahead and can they get the die back on the Clinks? Yes, they're go ahead and able to do so. MKY barely surviving, and now he falls. This looks like GG. The Harpies look like they're going to be taking this game. Oh my, this was a very long and arduous journey, everybody. But I think we found the ending and the conclusion of this game. There's still 3 up from Sloth. Alright, we got Little Burrito zipping in all over the place, or was, until he got bashed for a moment. He's going to go ahead and try to finish the job on Arc. The Arc is going to be not dead. He's going to be Blade Furying away. Oh, the LSA misses on Little Burrito. They're going to go ahead and try to contest this. There's the Swift Slash, and GG. Woo! That's what we call a game. The 59 minutes of 59 minutes. All right. Okay. All right. So we got Harpies up by a score of 1-0. And I believe, if the format hasn't changed, a best of 2. So I believe they're having a small little tiny break. So I'm going to go ahead and take that break as well. Because honestly, I need something to drink after all of that talking. Oh, thank God. I thought something happened with my stream. Oh,
5
God.
seconds remaining.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Radiant team
I just saw the
banned.
screen go black and I'm like, uh-oh.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team
Okay.
ban.
So we're back for round 2 of the best
Dire
of
team
2
ban.
of the AD2L Season 31, Week 2, between Pod of Sloth versus WSS.Harpies. So in that epic clash of Game 1, which was about 59 minutes long,
10 seconds remaining.
the Harpies was able to go ahead and pull out the win for
5
themselves.
seconds
Okay.
remaining. Radiant team pick.
And I forgot about the music. But don't worry, folks, I got this. All right. So, let's see what kind of shenanigans will be
Dire team
going all over the place for this game as well.
Doctor.
Alrighty, so we got the bans on the Venomancer and the Puck, Willow and the Clinks. Oh, so it looks like the Harpies don't want to deal with Clinks this time around, but they're happy to deal with a Witch Doctor instead. So in response, they're going to be picking up their very good friend, the Undying, who's going to go ahead and realize, oh crap, they have voodoo.
10 seconds
Man,
remaining.
that
5
oh, man.
seconds remaining.
I do not want to be Undying in this game. Please send me as a 5. So Kitty did a great job as the Venomancer last game, so I'm kind of expecting Kitty to be taking the Undying hero this game and go, okay, I'm going to avoid the Witch Doctor here. Oh, that's a great choice for a Pot of Sloth. You went ahead and grabbed the Death Prophet with the Witch Doctor. Now you gotta throw the ball in their court and tell them, hey, figure out where the Death Prophet's going. Is she a 5? Is she a 3? Or is she a 2?
5 seconds.
So you kind of sort of have to figure this out, because like if you throw Ezra 5, now you got Witch Doctor being thrown into the 4 position, which makes him a lot more annoying, given that his Cask and Maledict will ruin almost any lane that he goes ganking to. You also have to keep in mind that if you have Undying in the 5 role, now you kind of sort of have to swap him into the 4 role to match the Witch Doctor. So you have a different 5 to deal with in lane, so that way the Witch Doctor doesn't ruin the Undying's game. Oh man, now you got a whole bunch of like shenanigans to worry about. Like, that's a very good duo to start out the game with in the draft and be like, man, we just wanted a decent game going here, man. Oh. Alright, so here's a good response with a Weaver.
Ten seconds remaining. 5
Alright, so
seconds remaining.
Pot of Sloth has to keep this in mind. If you go ahead and take this into the late game, you need to have one thing in your mind, and it has to be very clear to the rest of your teammates. You cannot let this Weaver get past the 45-minute mark. Once that Weaver hits that 45-minute mark and he starts getting close to level 25 and has a good handful of items, your whole entire team's gonna think one thing and one thing only. We got more than just a big problem on our hands. We have the largest problem followed by 4 different other heroes. So you're basically fighting 2 teams at once, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. So when you keep that in mind and try to figure a few things out for yourself, banning out the Underlord is not a good start. You kind of sort of need him. You know, because Underlord with a Rod of Atos against the Weaver is a great way to go ahead and counter him in lane. You go ahead and stop him from being effective, and not to mention running around like a madman. Like, Underlord's a great choice. And why are you taking away Mars? All right, Mars is not exactly the best choice here to ban out, but
10 seconds remaining.
at the same time, a good one, because you don't want to have him
5 seconds
killing your
remaining.
Death Prophet or Witch Doctor in the arena. There's also the CK that is taken away, and so they can go ahead and protect their Undying and their Weaver.
Radiant
And they took away OD. Oh my, okay. They're
Dire team
actually,
ban.
hold on, let me think about this for a moment. Do you have first pick? Yeah, I think if you wanted mid OD, you could have avoided banning him because you could have picked him as the fifth pick this game, and then you would have been fine. Taking him away though, like they did a respect ban immediately, not immediately, but at the very end of the phase by taking out Storm Spirit. They went ahead and took away Naga. Now they're gonna go ahead and figure out what they need here for their mid player. Well, at least not the mid player specifically. So you can actually go ahead and wait until the very end to go ahead and figure out that, because you got last pick.
10 seconds remaining. 5
like, why take away the
remaining.
OD? Because you take it makes sense as to why you take away the OD. You take away the Undying, so now you take away the heal. You take away the Weaver, now you take away the damage. You got less problems to deal with on the field and so forth. It's just like, oh, not having OD is a bit of a headache, but at the same time, not exactly the worst thing in the world. Some of these bans and like they kind of, I really feel like really hurt Pot of Sloth. Like it really does. Specifically the Underlord, because like that kind of gave away that Death Prophet's going to be in the 3 spot, unless you're truly trying to hide that Death Prophet's mid. So to go ahead and counter the Death Prophet push, you go ahead and make one your own on Shadow Shaman. So what do you do? What do you do when you see a Shadow Shaman?
10 seconds remaining.
Well, I would go with the starters of a few silences, a few
5
disables,
seconds
something there
remaining.
can go ahead and just take out the good old little Shadow Shaman. Not to mention the cask is a good way to start. The silence from Death Prophet's great. Unless you shackle the Death Prophet right off the bat, then that's a different story. I mean, like, Pot of Sloth, like, I don't want to be incredibly rude. I just felt like banning out one of the better heroes for as a 3 in Underlord really hurts your draft. Like, putting him out there as a threat is good, because at that point, you give Harpies the option to pick up their the Underlord that they don't want to pick.
Dire team
Let's see here.
Lion.
Okay. So they bring out the Lion. He is great against Shadow Shaman, not to mention high mobility heroes. Because, you know, when you turn him into a fish and then spike him and drain their mana away, like, who doesn't love that gameplay?
Remaining. 5
Lion is super
seconds
popular
remaining.
right now because a lot of the great meta heroes that are running around right now are super mobile and they just run all over the place, you know. So it's kind of like how do I explain this without sounding dumb?
Radiant team pick. Gyrocopter.
All right. I don't want to say my brain hurts, but I really want to say
10 seconds remaining.
I dislike Lion in so many
5
different ways.
seconds remaining.
But Lion is still a good choice here. He's still very effective against the Gyrocopter. The Gyrocopter most likely... Okay, traditionally he's a 1 or a 2, but like in this lineup, I see him as a 5 to go ahead and to protect the Weaver essentially, or at least make it a kill threat lane. You can tri-lane it as well, leaving the Undying up in the opposite lane, either in the top or safe lane. Sorry, that's the Undying. So sorry, the Dire. So it would have been safe lane or off lane. Either way, it don't seem like Undying's gonna have a game. This one, there's not enough strength heroes for him to be like, okay, thank you, just make things worse for yourself.
Radiant team ban. Riki.
Eek. This is where you kind of sort of need to worry if you're Harpies. You got... You have Lion who's going to ruin everybody's day on that lineup. Like, if you're Gyrocopter, you'd be like, no, I don't want to deal with Lion. Same with Shadow and same with Weaver. So Weaver's kind of sort of forced to go ahead and grab a Linken's this game, which is something that you don't... It's a great item, don't get me wrong. It's just like, given his current trajectory and everything and whatnot, you don't really want to pick up a Linken's this game like immediately. It's not your go-to item in this game.
10 seconds remaining.
Or at least in the meta, I mean, specifically.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
No Zeus and no Sniper. Oh god, why is... No Sniper. Oh,
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
How would I turn this around? You kind of sort of want to go for a big bang kind of mid hero at this point. So the Death Prophet is obviously kind of like one of those options that can be like a big bang, mainly for the fact that, you know, you can push with exorcism and stuff like that. And then you also don't have to worry too much per se if you... Okay, that's a good choice of no Drow. So that kind of sort of opens... Oh, and no Queen of Pain. Oh my. Okay, so that gives you a lot of flexibility here. You know there's no Storm. You kind of sort of have an option of getting Ember Spirit here. Kind of really good against Gyrocopter and Shadow Shaman and Undying. You know, he can kite them around relatively easy.
Remaining.
Hunting down a hero, on the other hand, is a little bit more difficult when it's super mobile like a Weaver, which can easily be solved by saying, screw the Ember Spirit, let's get Wind Ranger. Her Shackles is going to decimate this lineup, and Focus Fire is going to ruin everybody's day. The Riki with Smokescreen? No.
5 seconds remaining.
No. I feel like they're gonna have like an off meta pick here with a mid, unless I forgot someone.
Choose your hero.
Oh, look at that. We went all anime on our asses. Alrighty. Ooh, Synapse has a really nice set for the Weaver. We have Darth Heisenberg on the Shadow Shaman, which means Pandemonium is going to be the... let's see here. The 4? No, the 3. No, the 4? Well, we do know Dragon Knight is going to be Little Burrito. Kitty's going to be the 5, most likely with... Oh, okay. Alright, so Pandemonium and Kitty are going to be the safe lane, which leaves Synapse and Heisenberg together in the off lane, with Little Burrito chilling in the mid as a DK, having to deal with Coach Steve as a Wind Ranger, and Architeuthis as the Riki, with Nai Nai Bay on Lion. I don't know how to pronounce anything anymore. MKY is going to be the 3, and we got Zide on the 5 with Witch Doctor. So if you were to go ahead and plan out the success of each team, Pot of Sloth is basically more or less dominate your lane as much as you possibly can. And as soon as that exorcism is up, you gather up as 5 and you run down each damn lane in front of you. Now, if you were on the side of the Harpies, it's all about the counter gate.
Prepare for battle.
Like I said, it's all about that counter gank if you are the Harpies. So more or less what you're trying to do is try to try to stall their push with the exorcism to try to go ahead and take them off the tower. And once you take them off the tower, you just all disperse. Once soon as that exorcism is down, you go ahead and be like, hey, guy, we go ahead and just run at him now. Once you do that, it's a little bit easier to go ahead and get that kill. All right, so Zide, for some odd reason, is probably either A, warning, or B, telling Architeuthis to be like, hey, run that way. It's a good idea. Oh no, Architeuthis just got shackled. There's the Weaver moving forward. They're going to go ahead and use, not the missiles, but the rocket barrage and completely miss everything there, you know. So Architeuthis used his tricks of the trade to get on out. On the other hand, we have Nene B trying to go ahead and sneak a ward over on the other side. He's going to continuously run. We have Synapse here, who used his Shikuchi, but, you know. Oh no, Little Burrito just found him. Okay, there's the Earth Spike. Now they're using the Rocket Barrage. Nene B, he tried to TP on out, but he got Dragon-tailed. That's the first blood you're looking for. That is a great start for the side of the Harpies. Not so fun if you're Coach Steve, who's just like looking at his map going, I gotta deal with a Dragon Knight who got a bit more experience on me in the first line. But the good news is he just caught up, so. Okay. Katie's gonna do a little bit of booping there. MKY, on the other hand, is going to retaliate with a few swipes of her own, with a bit of a swarm there. In the bottom lane, you know, Synapse is slowly farming. Heisenberg is on the side, trying to go ahead and make sure he can pull the lane, keep it on their side of the map. That way, Architeuthis and Zaid have to be further away from their tower. Trying to do a quick pull here. Out comes the casket. It is hitting. It's landing. There's the quick blink strike. You know, it's not the greatest amount, but it's good enough at the moment. Over in mid, Little Burrito in front of the Wind Ranger in terms of experience. Quickly regained it, you know, getting the level 3 here. Matching Happy Little Burrito. I kind of feel like they're trying to set something up here. Doesn't mean need shackles though. Oh man, when you can do a 1-1-1 build in mid and be perfectly fine with it, you know, there's something not exactly busted with the hero, but more along the lines of, hey, this hero's pretty cool. I can just stand mid and do nothing. All right. A little bit of decay action going on, but Nene B just roaming around. Kind of feel like as the 5, you shouldn't be doing this, Nene. Should be somewhere else, like bottom. Do they have it? No, they don't have it. Oh man, Nene almost messed up that pull. Oh, this is not a good feel. This is a bad feel. That half pull by Kitty just absolutely messed up this lane for MKY and they themselves. Yeah, they do that one more time. It's gonna be absolutely hellish to deal with. Over in the mid lane, Coach Steve is just probably laughing off from what Little Burrito was trying to do, and Little Burrito's just like, hey, just trying to do what I can do. Really strong contention here going on. Otherwise, you know, nothing's going too great. We do. Oh gosh, I missed. No, I wouldn't say I missed, but like I hit the wrong keys for sure. Oh man, at least Zayd got his stuff. You know. Up top, on the other hand, I think that was a rocket barrage. No, that was definitely Quip Swarm and Life Drain. The Spirit Siphon. Sorry. Spike didn't even. Interesting. No spike. Huh. Intriguing. That Undying must have been really out of position for that to happen. You had to run away. Didn't even drop Tombstone. Okay. Intriguing. As I'm saying anything, like, there goes the Weaver.
No. Death tax.
Huh.
Fortunes change.
So no, okay, out comes the Earth Spike a little bit on the Kitty. Gonna use the Mana Drain. Now comes the Tombstone. They're gonna continuously right click here a bit. Only if had a little bit more mana. Can they do it? Is there gonna be to do it on that? Oh, but can MKY survive it though? Missed with a spike, went down, and that was a double kill for Pandemonium. That is the worst case scenario if you are Pot of Sins when it comes to this lane. Oh no. Oh no. That is terrible news. Oh, shackled shot. Oh, Little Burrito. That shackled shot was gonna. Oh, so fortunate that you had Dragon Tail, but can you survive? Oh man. Did use the shackle shot earlier. Doesn't have the mana to complete it. Found the haste though.
Haste? No.
Oof. That was not good. That was not good. Not what you were looking for.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Over here on bottom, though, on the other hand, they're trying to see if they can catch Synapse out of position here. Synapse, oh, falls to the tick of the Maledict. Zayd, on the other hand, try to turn around and see if they can get Heisenberg a bit. There is the Blink Strike forward and went ahead and used the Aether Shock to go ahead and finish the job. Woo-wee. Really dead. A good amount of aggression going on in all the lanes at the moment. And it seems like Harpies has a, I wouldn't say a commanding lead, but a very strong, healthy lead. Alright. Pandemonium does have a Maelstrom queued up. Wouldn't be surprised if you went ahead and grabbed an Agonist as well a little later. There's the Spirit Siphon being used. They do have well, I thought they were gonna Earth Spike him and do some more damage, which they did, but like it doesn't look like MKY is gonna survive a bit of this if he keeps moving forward. Oh, they went ahead and used this Crypt Swarm to at least cancel that from Pandemonium. While oh, nice. All right, it kind of looks like she had to use her power shot to get that. Oh, spoils go to the victor even more so. Come on, you got a regen route? Pack everything. Oh man. Here on bottom, they were able to go ahead and get the Shadow Shaman before the Doctor went down. The Architectes is just like, I'm gonna go ahead and get some free money and gold. But he has to think twice about it too, because it seems like Synapse wants a piece of him. He did move forward. Is he gonna go ahead and blink on it? Because he's eating his mango. Blinked on him. Seems to be coming back for a second round as he does another U-turn to get away from the situation. I guess his own spidey senses were tingling, going, hey, I don't think that's not good. But Nene D, on the other hand, his spidey senses are telling him, you're gonna be dead. Because there's the rocket barrage, and there's a few last clicks. With the missile on top of him, wasn't able to survive any of that.
Regeneration.
Alright, so we're getting a little bit of little burrito push here. Gonna go ahead and shove that lane.
Just enough.
See if we can get the job done. Great shackle shot from Coach Steve, but doesn't feel like he can win this fight. Doesn't have his MKB just yet, but he throws out another power shot just to get a little burrito off of his tower. Over in the bottom lane, it looks like they're still trying to duke this out. There's some smokescreen action to go ahead and try to chase down Darth Heisenberg as he's using the tricks of the trade. Does have the sentry around him. Was able to go ahead and escape with a quick blink as well. With a blink strike, I mean. And we have Zay just, minding his own business a little bit, hitting the right clicks, just making sure he keeps an eye on everybody. But, in response to doing so, only 2 of them get picked up from his team. They do have 4 just lying there up in the dire jungle, but no one's aiming to go get it. Oh, now comes the shackle shot. There's the focus fire. Can they go ahead? Oh, power shot misses, but they're able to go ahead and get this earth spike and the mana drain with the little piggy wiggy there. Or the little fishy. Oh no, the Death Prophet. You try to go one-on-one with a... Oh, that is unfortunate and tough to see. Oh. Alright, great cask bounces. They do have the Maledict down. Alright, so they go ahead and use the Shaman Wards there. Not entirely sure why you would throw that down almost immediately as you're about to die, but, doesn't hurt to use them right off the bat.
Death tax.
Ooh. Alright, need a little drink.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alright, so Death Prophet is doing what Death Prophet needs to do to go ahead and push in lanes. On the other hand, the DK was not supposed to die there. He was not... Let's see here. Didn't seem like he was in dragon form, but kind of felt like he was, so... That's even... Oh my, okay, so Kitty, I guess, felt like there was a fight gonna go down, so he just dropped the tombstone there. Alright. Wouldn't it be cool that your tombstone would, like, be able to access something that it can't? Like, you need, like, 2 of them? Be like, you leave one at the shop, but uh-oh. Nene B's in trouble. Shikuchi on over by Synapse misses with his own little bugs. Oh, and the double earth spike to go ahead and get away from him. Does have the swarm on him. He's going to go ahead and get right-clicked a little bit, trying to get rid of this. Double shackles on the gyrocopter and the DK, but out comes the cask. Oh, using it on everything else there. Oh, the focus fire is coming on Synapse, but they got the poor little Steve just dead. Oh, did I mention that the Death Ward was out a little bit? Oh, throwing the cask very far deep, and there is the missile going in, finished off with a Dragon Tail and the Rocket Barrage on the Wind Ranger. I mean, Jesus, what am I saying? That was earlier. On the Witch Doctor. I'm a little confused at the moment. Also lost. Ooh, nice choice in going to make the Battle Fury here. I do like the option, though, that the Weaver has right now, the Falcon Blade. If you are ahead in your lane, go ahead and grab the Falcon Blade. It's really useful. Out comes a Tombstone. They have the Ricky Shackle down for a few more moments. The missile is out. Can they go ahead and get it? Kind of seems like they're going to be blinking away, and it lands, and down he goes. The Maledict is out on two of the heroes. They're going to go ahead and try to get Pandemonium, but he uses his wand to survive a bit. They're dropping the Snake Wards on this, and they finish the job on the Wind Ranger. So this bottom tower is easy to go ahead and get the finishing touch on. It felt like maybe Zayd could have been out there, but he would have been lunch meat anyways, because he did not have his Death Ward at all. And this whole entire time, I thought I had the stats up for a bit, but no, I did not. But here's the net worth. I thought I did. I'm not entirely sure. I thought I had the last hits up, but I don't know. Anyways. Alright, so MKY, he's doing his thing. Split pushing the lanes. Nane is right there for backup, just in case something does happen. On the other hand, we got Architect this just trying to help himself out by just finding farm. He's almost there with the Battle Fury. As soon as he gets that, everything changes in this game and turns around for him. Because it's just like easy money farm situation for him. Especially Tricks of the Trade just makes it so much more fun. Alright. It kind of feels like, you know, Little Burrito and Synapse are going to be moving towards this top lane here. And as I'm saying that, it kind of feels like they're just like, it's not that they're trying to stop the wave completely. It's kind of has a feeler to let's poke and prod and see what's going to happen if we're just moving all over the place. Because Synapse is there with Kitty to go ahead and try to chase down MKY, but MKY is just a little too fast. Like I said, it was more like a poke and prod type of deal and situation to figure out what's going on in the lane, as opposed to like, hey, we're gonna just stop the wave. Synapse moving forward. Nane does have the Hex on him. There's the Maledict that's gonna go ahead and throw down the cask on top of using the double shackle. The Witch Doctor's ult is still was going for the moment. And down he goes. Oh, there's the shackles, and followed up by the spike. They're able to go ahead and finish the job on the Windrunner with a Dragon Tail. Smokescreen is out. Tricks of the Trade. Can he finish? And he is able to get the both of them. Oh, there's the Dragon Tail to go ahead and stop the mana drain from the line. And Little Burrito is just saying, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and right-click you guys. I don't care about my mana issue. I have a Soul Ring, which I'm going to go ahead and use again and try to walk you down. Dragon Tail is available. You can go ahead and turn it around and does so. There's the smoke screen. Silence him a bit. He would have followed it up with a Dragon's Breath, but instead he's going to go ahead and use it on MKY. MKY just moving away from Synapse. Synapse, oh my, you know, he does have the medallion there. Alright, so, oh, okay, so he's opting for the Aghanims build, which is great on Weaver, for obvious reasons. He can go ahead and save most of his teammates from death and just rewind time on that. Alright. Battle Fury is online. I believe it's been on for, like, the past 20 seconds, or as that team fight was expiring. So it's good for that. This pushing lineup doesn't seem to be pushing as hard as they could be. kind of feels like this Weaver messed up the bottom lane for them a bit more than it should. Let's see right here. The DK, you know, had a decent laning phase from the looks of things. Let's see here. Shadow Shaman. Oh man, he has the Aghanim shards and the Blink Dagger ready up on Q. So they're going to go ahead and throw out the missile on MKY to go ahead and get that stun down. As followed it up with the Hex and... oh my god, there's the call down. This might be really bad news for MKY, who's using the Spirit Siphon to go ahead and finish their job there. Out comes the Witch Doctor's Death Ward, and oh my god, Synapse with the Shikuchi for the finish. And there's nothing on Gyrocopter right now for the death. They have this Ricky to rights. They're able to do so and finish the job. Oh man, that Hex. Oh, that's just unfortunate for Ricky. I mean, if Ricky just threw down that smoke screen just in the right spot and walked away in the right direction, he would have been able to get out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All right. Needed a small little drink again.
Radiant's courier has been slain.
It's not incredibly awful right now. Like, if you're Harpies, obviously you're feeling super good about yourselves right now. You have an Eggs on Gyrocopter, which is what he desperately needs. He has Ag Shards queued up, which is the Rocket Barrage, hits an extra target and increases duration by 1 second, which is huge. On top of that, they were able to go ahead and find out that their buddy, the Shadow Shaman, is dead. Oh, and that does not... no, that makes it worse right now if you're pot of Sloth, man. That's the last thing you want to see is your Architooth is going down. MKY being absolutely fearless, just runs on up, doesn't care about no stinking home and missile. Just hits him. Creep swarms. Alright. You know, that's talk about fearlessness and being the front line of your team. That's super important. You know, like Little Burrito and Synapse with Pandemonium all in the same lane. I don't think that's exactly what you want to see, but hey, they're all in the same lane. You know? Pushing all together. Try to get this tower. You know? Feels like they're going to be ganking a bit onto Heisenberg, who has the shackles down. The bugs are up. Blink in from Little Burrito, trying to go ahead and stun someone. There's the call down, followed up by a lot of flat cannon power. Oh man, nothing is going right for Pot of Sloth right now. Everything's going wrong. Nothing's in their favor at the moment. Not even the cask bounces. And everybody knows the cask bounces are broken in this game. Oh, they're going to be threatening for high ground right now. I mean, like, you do not have the Death Ward for another 50 seconds. You're most likely going to be defending this by yourself if you buy back. You have another partner coming up in about a few. So, I mean, like... Ricky, is it worth coming back here? I mean, Architooth kind of feels like it isn't. And I kind of agree with him there. Like, he needs the farm. Like, as much as you want to go ahead and defend this mid lane, you're actually risking a lot more with the Ricky in base. Given that they're down 13k and 14 kills behind, the Gyrocopter's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. With the DK who had a decent lane that recovered and is like, what you gonna do? You know, not to mention, like, take a look at the Shikuchi. Take a look at Synapse, man. He's doing great. Almost has Ags. Here comes the Dragon Tail. Like, they're gonna go ahead and try to take down MKY, and they're able to do so. There's the call down from the Gyro. Now comes the dust to see if they can go ahead and find and locate this Ricky who's right there. Who's gonna blink forward and try to do something. Here comes the smoke screen. Not in time to silence Pandemonium before the Rocket Barrage. And down he goes. He's gonna be permanently invis for a little while. While Lion survives all of that, he's gonna be chilling in base and be like, hey, what's up, homies? I think they're gonna do something here to our mid.
Victory.
No, they're not going to. They're just calling it. They know. They saw it. Oh boy. That was not good for the side of the pot of Sloth. Congratulations to WSS.Harpies for taking a clean sweep 2-0 over Pot of Sloth. That was a tough game to watch if you're a Sloth fan, because they absolutely got let's go with the word dominated in lane. They had a good draft. I just don't think they executed it right. It was a lot of tough things going on in lane, you know, and it wasn't easy. I mean, there were certain things that wasn't going in lane that they needed to go in their favor. So it was pretty brutal. So that ends tonight's coverage for AD2L Season 31, Week 2, between Pot of Sloth and WSS.Harpies. So I want to go ahead and say thank you so much to everybody who stopped on by. I also want to say thank you as well for anyone who stuck around to watch the whole entire game through. It means a lot to me that you guys go ahead and do so and show some of your support. I do not know if I'm going to be doing anything later tonight, given some circumstances and so forth, but we'll see when I cross that bridge. And to top it off, I want to go ahead and say good evening and good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Have a wonderful, wonderful day in your life. Oh, and before I forget, I want to go ahead and do a small little shout out here. Jose Osmosis, thank you for the sub. As well to you, Perkadirk. And one more thing. Fredbug, thank you for the follow. All right. I wanted to hold off on that until the very end of the stream so I can go ahead and say thank you so much and not to interrupt anything while I was casting. So I'll go ahead and see you guys later. Thank you so much for all the support, the follows, the subs, not the primes, but the bits. I do appreciate it. It goes a long way for me. And anything else, you know, that you guys can do, you know, tweeting out would be great as well. Other than that, thank you so much. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Okay. Bye. Oh man, where's the stop button? There it is. Let's hit stop.